Okay, hi again. I wanted to talk about the brothers. I mentioned the 12 brothers, or the 11 brothers and the 12 children. I think, and, well, I know, the 12 children represent the 12 tribes of humanity. And that number has some kind of meaning, and I'm not certain. Um, I'm not super religious. In fact, I'm not religious at all. I have proclaimed anti-religion for a long time, and it's because of the core of my spirit. I know that it's about spirit. It's not about religion, and I know that there is purity in religion, and what the religions represent is supposed to be pure. The problem with religion is it was infected by man or humans. They took positions of power and positions of height and put themselves on pedestals before the other humans. And in this and that reason is why religions have always bothered me. As such, and I'm going to pick on the Catholics because that's, the core of Christianity. But the thing is that, bishops or the Pope and all that is irrelevant. They have nothing to do with religion. They may have spiritual connection, and that is not for me to know or not to know. It is their soul, and they will answer to the Almighty for whatever faults they have. And I have many. I am not putting myself on a pedestal. As I've mentioned before, this is part of the theme of this. We, as a species and his favorite, need to understand the importance of who we are and the monumental importance of us to him. It is for the Creator that our lives exist. And in that knowledge, which is at the core of every one of us, when you are able to truly search your own soul and truly see what you are, and I'll say this in Latin, so you guys can look it up or whatever you want. I'm going to make 4 short statements in Latin. The first being scioti ipsum. The second being ut se verum suas tuum. The third being dicere virum. And the fourth, which is the message from the Father. And this predates Latin. It's just Latin is probably the most, the closest ancient language that's still at the core of humanity. And that is amare e aeternum. And those 4 things, if you don't understand what they mean, just look them up. There's translators out there, and you can just go online and figure that out yourself. I mean, you're all smart people. You'll know. and these truths, if you are able to look at yourself without objection and without prejudice and keep an open heart, you will see the truth at the core of what you are, and it will become self-evident. And you, maybe for the first time in your life, and maybe not, you will truly know what I am here to do and what I'm talking about. And you may know what you are truly here for. So, not to get too long-winded here, that's really all I had to say about that. But the 11 brothers, I don't know their names, and I don't know the names of the father or the mother. I just know the name of the daughter. I mean, Angel, and it was something that was heaven sent, and that is obvious at the birth. as this movie is being made, those key points that I've touched on in prior videos trying to explain this, and it's so garbled. And by the way, pay no attention to my act this and seeing that. It's all scrambled in my head, so it doesn't make any sense anyway. And, but it does to me at the core. I know what the whole thing means. I just can't see the entire movie from front to back, and therein lies another thing. I know I'm not supposed to ever see it. I will never see the movie as much as I really want to. But I am not going to be able to see this movie. Even though he's using me as a part of the puzzle to create this movie for all humanity. And this is our Father's true love shining through one more time. He has sent us so many, and I mean just an eternity of messages that we misinterpret. And I think the greed and coveting nature of human beings has gotten in the way of us, and we are losing the vision of our inner being and what our soul truly is. And what it truly is Him. We are only part of Him. Each and every one of us. We're like the 777 trillion plus fingers of the Lord stretching out into the universe, expressing His luminous love and warmth and light eternal, and the ever-expanding universe of His creation. So beautiful. It is so